Crypto has been surging ever since President Trump announced the possibility of $2,000 tariff dividend payouts to Americans. XRP has been surging up about 12% in the last 24 hours on the news that the government shutdown is going to be ending. 9 XRP ETFs hitting the DTCC ahead of approval. Youngins are out there learning that we can stack $4.4 million on a 50-year mortgage because we all can't be like Pelosi, who stacked 17,000% rate of return over the course of her career. And while that might not be realistic for everybody, one thing that is realistic is that every time the government shutdown ends, we see pumps in Bitcoin. And with the government reopening, bullish sentiment is being seen across the crypto sector. Even Scottie Pippen, bullish, saying Bitcoin history repeats itself just like the Bulls did. Let me remind you, Scotty, the Bulls three-peated, not repeated. I know they did that twice, but by that measure, maybe we got a 2024 pump, 2025 pump, 2026. Could it be that this is the start to another Bitcoin all-time high? Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? But before that, give me a comment, 777, down below if you're feeling bullish, if you're feeling blessed and you're ready to live your best life. Smash that like button, hit subscribe to affirm it, and let's run into the video.
Do you love crypto, but are you worried about taxes shrinking your retirement nest egg? Here's the deal. Trading and selling crypto can trigger capital gains taxes, eating into your wealth. A crypto IRA fixes that. Per IRS publication 590B, traditional IRA gains like those from crypto aren't taxed until distributed. That's why we've partnered with iTrust, a leading crypto IRA company in the USA, to sponsor today's video. And they offer institutional grade custody for retail clients that want to set up their crypto IRAs for retirement, leveraging top storage solutions like Fidelity, Wells Fargo, and Coinbase Prime to keep your assets secure. To get started, simply click the link in the description of this video, sign up for free, and fund your account with cash. They also offer 401k rollovers or crypto transfers, and you can trade 24/7 with just 1% transaction fees and no maintenance costs. As always, I'm not a CPA or financial advisor, so consult one for tax advice, and we do earn a commission if you sign up using our link below to fund your crypto IRA account, but that helps support value-based videos like this. And iTrust Capital already has over 200,000 crypto IRA accounts and over $14 billion in transactions, proving they're trusted by smart investors just like you. So click the link below, get started now by funding your account today, and let's create generational wealth together.
What's up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I am JR, your favorite crypto dad, and we have got a lot to cover today. Bullish sentiment resuming in the crypto spaces. Again, not financial advice, simply informational, educational, with a sprinkle of entertainment purposes only. But there's a lot. There's $2,000 tariff dividends that could be pumping the markets. The last time we saw Trump pumping the markets with the CARES Act, we saw massive gains across the crypto sector. Even the first payment that was made during that time, people that invested in Bitcoin saw a 10x on their investment, right? Historical patterns could repeat themselves. They're obviously not a projection of future outcomes, but we got to look at these charts nonetheless, which we will jump into in a moment here. 12 days left until ISO 222 goes into effect. Couple that with the XRP ETFs, there is crazy buzz all over social media about XRP and the potential for it to go to the moon, right? $589 or $10,000 or whatever it is. We'll look at some realistic numbers in the charts in a minute here, but one fact remains is that we've only got about 3 days for some ETF approvals to take place here. We're going to be looking at Canary Capital, Franklin Templeton on the 13th, Hashdex right after that on the 15th. Goes right into the end of the month with Bitwise and 21 shares. Many people pointing out the elephant in the room, though, that retail investors are sitting on the sidelines broke as a joke without anything to invest. Well, I think that tariff, rebate checks or something like that could help that. But others looking to skim a little bit while saving on their housing costs. And we see Fannie Mae has just removed the minimum credit scores. This is going to take effect on November 16th. This is moving away from a credit-based or a debt-based system to an asset-based system. And if you have crypto and you can borrow against that crypto now, there's going to be ways for people to finally buy a house where they couldn't before. And what's going to make that house even more affordable is a 50-year mortgage over a 30-year mortgage. Again, guys, this is not financial advice, just like there's no tax advice here or anything like that. This is just simply looking at the numbers and breaking it down. These numbers have been floating around all over X all weekend since this announcement, but a $500,000 house with a 20% down payment at a 6% mortgage, the 30 year is going to put you at about $2,400 a month on that payment. whereas a 50-year is going to be about a little over $2,100 a month on that payment. You're saving about $300 a month. And at 10% S&P average invested in the S&P 500, the 10-year yield on that would be about $27,000, 20-year, $169,000, 30-year, $597,000, and over 50 years, you're looking at $5.7 million. When compared to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, looking at about the same figures of $300 a month being invested over 50 years, it comes out to about $4.4 million in 50 years. So while that's not necessarily available to everybody who's in their 50s, 60s, 70s, there are a lot of young people coming up right now in their 20s sitting on assets like crypto with the ability to borrow against that and get these mortgages while they don't have the access to 30-year pensions, and the retirement age is moving up in this country. Put yourselves in your mid-70s sitting on $4 to $5 million. It's not a bad retirement outlook looking forward. Not financial advice, but it sounds pretty good to me. Jumping up over into Altcoin Pro University, and the link is going to be down below for that. If you haven't gotten signed up, I encourage you to do so. Stick around for a minute. We'll talk more on that. Market updates. An ETH to Bitcoin update. Looks like ETH to Bitcoin just busted through the 0.034 horizontal resistance. First incoming resistance at 0.0346 and then 0.0352. What does that mean in plain English? It translates to bullish sentiment over the weekend, and we need to look at these markets as we move into this week ahead. Guys, Altcoin Pro University is also where you're going to get crypto news updates from the industry leading experts, besides these high quality videos that we put out for you for free every single day, as well as DeFi yield picks, altcoin picks, and all of the classes that you're going to be able to accomplish most of those just in the 14-day money back guaranteed period. But I think once you get to know the community, probably be hearing a different sentiment from you guys. Check that out at the end of this video. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Let's get into the market overview really quickly here. Fear and Greed Index is up to 29, showing that bullish sentiment we've been talking about, and the market cap for cryptocurrency is sitting at $3.58 trillion. Altcoin Season Index is up to a 32, moving out of that fear territory slowly but surely, and we are up to $1.46 trillion on the altcoin sector for cryptocurrency. Jumping into the charts, looking at the daily chart here, we see a reversal on Bitcoin. We have clear bullish sentiment on Bitcoin. Let's jump into the 4-hour here before we jump over into XRP and see what that's all about. And guys, looking at the 4-hour, which is still showing slightly bearish down here on the wolf pack, flashing a lot more green over the weekend just in the last 24 hours. We do see that we've crossed over the 50 EMA. That's a bullish indicator. We're looking to see if we can get confirmation on this. RSI is starting to tick up a little bit. Moving into Ethereum, breaking across the 50 EMA, even breaking above the 1100 just for a quick wick right there. You can see this back here, this slight divergence where we go bearish just for a little bit on the 4-hour on Ethereum. That is where the 50 crossed downward over the 1100. So again, right now we're looking to get back above that 1100. We're looking to get above 3700 is going to be the next level of resistance for Ethereum that we want to get above. Jumping right into XRP. Guys, XRP has been performing phenomenally, and this is very much a buy the news, sell the rumors kind of situation going on here. We expect a little bit more volatility with XRP, just given the news of ETF approvals. That has been the big catalyst that anybody holding XRP or sitting on the sidelines has been waiting for. Again, we don't buy the news and sell the rumors. They can exacerbate a current market trend. The reality of it is that we bounced off on this chart, my chart. Again, these are my tech deals, not yours, so do with them what you may. Hopefully they give you a little bit more of a well-rounded perspective, and they're not financial advice, but we've got to get above $2.61. We've got to get above $2.74 before we can really call this thing back into bullish territory. So slowly but surely getting there. It needs to be said that we have seen some bearish divergence on this 4-hour chart. When we get over into the daily chart, we've still got bullish momentum on the wolf pack down there, and we've broken back up into this area that was a symmetrical triangle that we were chopping through before. So we're definitely back above support at this point. We're back above that $2.35, $2.38 area. It looks to be holding support about $2.45 right now, and it's just the beginning of the day at the time of this recording. But that brings me to my next point, guys. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines going, hey, 50-year mortgages, wow, I could refinance and save a little bit and start to put a little of that money into investments. Probably not a bad idea, right? Also, switching from a credit-based system to an asset-based system, looking to actually put your crypto to use if you aren't doing that already. That's where I want you to listen to this right now.
If you have 10K or more in crypto, you're literally giving up an extra $300 per month in passive income. You're giving up on a free 3 to 8% additional monthly yield just because it's sitting on an exchange like Coinbase or Binance and you're being lazy. You're taught to hodl, just wait for price appreciation, and this is costing you thousands of dollars. So let's see what happens here. While your assets are sitting there doing absolutely nothing and inflation is kicking your ass. For example, Ethereum didn't do anything over the course of 3 months. XRP didn't do anything over a whole year. And Solana, same thing. It didn't do anything for an even longer period of time while you sat there making no money. And I'm not saying that these are bad investments. It's quite the opposite, actually. But the smartest investors in the world make their crypto work for them to generate additional yield. And why would you not do that? You're holding these crypto assets anyways. It's like buying a rental property and not renting it out. If you hold on to the property because you believe that it's going to appreciate in value over years, why wouldn't you rent it out so someone else can pay your mortgage while you still get the value appreciation? So it makes no sense to just hold your crypto without earning yield on your idle coins. And if you're just holding your crypto on exchanges like Coinbase, your assets aren't safe. In fact, Coinbase was hacked for $400 million and the hackers bribed Coinbase employees so they could access sensitive user information, demanding a $20 million ransom from Coinbase, which the company refused to pay.
I want to make you aware of a disturbing email that we received recently at Coinbase. It was a ransom note demanding $20 million in Bitcoin in exchange for these attackers not releasing some information they claim to have obtained on our customers. I'm going to respond publicly to these attackers by saying no. We are not going to pay your ransom.
And I even received a letter in the mail saying that my information was included in that hack. So I'm speaking from firsthand experience here, not just an article that I read online. So not only are you leaving free money on the table by not earning yield on your idle crypto, but you're also putting yourself at risk of losing it all, getting hacked, or having your account frozen by keeping your crypto on centralized exchanges. Because if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. You already know this, so I don't have to tell you. You can't afford to be lazy with your capital. The US is drowning in nearly $40 trillion in debt. So this is your insurance against the system. To learn how you can earn passive income on your coins every single day while protecting your capital from hacks or scammers, my research team put together a step-by-step tutorial for you to start earning yield on your crypto today. And it takes less than 10 minutes to get set up. All you need to do is go to altcoinpro.com after you're done watching this video, create your account, and click on the Start Here lesson under the classroom, and you'll discover how one liquidity pool is earning our members up to 40% yield on digital assets that they already own. Plus, you can go into the DeFi yield picks and see even more opportunities to earn passive income on your coins safe and predictably with complete control and ownership of your assets. You will make significantly more money by being your own bank. And all you need to do is go to altcoinpro.com to get started right now.